Susan Day was born Susan Halleck Day on December 10, 1952 in Pekin, Illinois, to Ruth and Robert Smith Day. Her early childhood was shaped by both encouragement and hardship. When Susan was only 8 years old, her mother passed away, a loss that deeply affected her emotional world and maturity. Growing up without her mother instilled a strong sense of independence and resilience that would later influence her career choices and personal outlook. Her father remained supportive, encouraging education and creativity, which helped Susan find confidence in herself. Even as a young girl, she displayed an interest in performance and self-expression, often drawn to artistic activities and storytelling. This blend of personal loss and inner drive created a foundation of determination that would guide her through the demanding and sometimes unpredictable world of television and film. Education and early modeling beginnings. Susan spent much of her youth in New York, attending local schools and eventually graduating from Fox Lane High School in 1970. Before acting ever entered the picture, she found herself working as a model where her natural elegance and calm camera presence stood out. One of her earliest notable appearances was on the cover of a health education booklet aimed at teenage girls, a project that may have seemed small at the time but reflected changing cultural conversations around women's health and openness. Modeling helped Susan develop confidence and poise while also teaching her professionalism at a young age. She learned how to work with photographers, follow direction, and remain composed under attention. These early experiences quietly prepared her for a future she had not yet imagined. What began as a practical job soon became a stepping stone into a broader entertainment career that would unfold unexpectedly. Sudden stardom on The Partridge Family. Without formal acting training, Susan Day landed the role of Laurie Partridge on the ABC television series The Partridge Family in 1970 at just 17 years old. The show quickly became a cultural phenomenon, and Susan's portrayal of the intelligent, composed eldest daughter resonated with audiences across the country. Her calm demeanor and relatable personality made her a role model for many young viewers who admired her maturity. Overnight, she moved from modeling assignments to national recognition, navigating interviews, fan mail, and studio schedules while still learning the craft of acting. The experience was both exciting and overwhelming, as the rapid rise to fame left a little room for privacy or gradual adjustment. Yet Susan adapted with professionalism and grace, steadily improving her performances each season. Exploring film and expanding her range. After gaining recognition on television, Susan sought opportunities that would allow her to grow artistically and avoid being limited to one image. She began appearing in films and television dramas throughout the 1970s, taking roles that demanded emotional depth and versatility. Projects such as thrillers and romantic dramas offered her the chance to step away from the wholesome teenage persona that had defined her early fame. These roles demonstrated her willingness to take creative risks and challenge expectations. Working alongside seasoned actors also gave her valuable mentorship and technical experience. While not every project achieved a commercial success, each performance added layers to her abilities and reputation. Susan approached these opportunities with seriousness and dedication, gradually earning respect within the industry. Her transition from teen idol to developing dramatic actress reflected her determination to be recognized for skill and substance rather than nostalgia alone. Breakthrough success with L.A. Law. The defining turning point of Susan Day's adult career arrived in the mid-1980s when she joined the cast of NBC's legal drama L.A. Law. Portraying Grace Van Owen, a principled and intelligent attorney who later became a judge, Susan delivered performances that combined authority, empathy, and realism. The role allowed her to explore complex ethical issues and mature character development, earning her widespread critical acclaim. She received multiple award nominations and won a Golden Globe, solidifying her status as a serious dramatic actress. Unlike her early television fame, this success was rooted in craft and consistency rather than teenage popularity. Viewers and critics alike praise her ability to convey both strength and vulnerability. L.A. Law not only expanded her professional credibility, but also gave her the confidence to choose roles more selectively, shaping a career defined by quality and thoughtful decision-making. Personal life, privacy, and balance. Throughout her career, Susan remained notably private about her personal life, choosing to keep relationships and family matters away from constant media attention. She experienced both marriage and motherhood while balancing professional commitments, a challenge that required careful prioritization and emotional strength. Over time, she found greater stability in a long-lasting partnership that offered support beyond the spotlight. Unlike many public figures who frequently share personal milestones, Susan preferred discretion, believing that privacy protected both her loved ones and her own sense of normalcy. This approach contributed to her reputation as grounded and thoughtful, rather than celebrity-driven. Friends and colleagues often described her as warm but reserved, someone who valued meaningful connections over publicity. Her commitment to maintaining boundaries allowed her to sustain a long career without losing a sense of personal identity or emotional balance. Advocacy and philanthropic work beyond acting, Susan Dey dedicated significant energy to advocacy and charitable causes, particularly those related to supporting survivors of sexual assault and promoting awareness around personal safety and recovery resources. She served on advisory boards and participated in educational initiatives aimed at prevention and compassionate care. Using her public platform responsibly, she lent her voice to documentaries and campaigns that addressed sensitive social issues with empathy and respect. Her involvement reflected a desire to contribute positively to society rather than remain solely associated with entertainment. Colleagues frequently noted that her advocacy work was sincere and consistent rather than symbolic. By focusing on causes that required both sensitivity and courage, Susan demonstrated how public figures can influence conversations constructively. Health challenges and industry pressures. During her early years in the spotlight, Susan privately faced health challenges related to body image and self-esteem, struggles that many young performers experience during an era of intense beauty standards. The entertainment industry often placed unrealistic expectations on appearance, creating emotional pressure for teenagers still forming their identities. Over time, Susan acknowledged these difficulties, helping to bring attention to the importance of mental and physical well-being for young artists. Her openness contributed to broader awareness about self-care and the need for healthier industry environments. Rather than allowing these experiences to define her negatively, she used them as motivation for personal growth and resilience. Her journey highlighted the reality that success does not shield individuals from internal challenges, and that strength often comes from addressing vulnerabilities with honesty and support. Professional relationships and public narratives. During the Partridge Family years, Susan Dey and David Cassidy shared significant on-screen chemistry that fueled public fascination and speculation. Off-screen, like many young co-stars navigating sudden fame, their relationship evolved with time and personal growth. Years later, public discussions and memoirs introduced differing perspectives that attracted media attention. Susan chose not to engage publicly in extended commentary, instead maintaining her characteristic privacy and dignity. Her decision to remain silent reflected a broader personal philosophy of focusing on present work rather than revisiting past controversies. Industry observers often interpreted her restraint as professionalism and emotional maturity. While fans sometimes seek dramatic narratives behind beloved shows, the reality often involves complex human dynamics shaped by youth, pressure, and changing priorities. Legacy of grace, talent, and integrity. Susan Dey's career stands as a testament to adaptability, perseverance, and personal integrity. From teenage television fame to award-winning dramatic roles and meaningful advocacy, she consistently pursued growth rather than complacency. Her legacy is not defined by rumors or fleeting controversies, but by the body of work she created and the quiet strength she maintained throughout decades in the public eye. Colleagues remember her as thoughtful and dedicated, while audiences recall characters marked by intelligence and empathy. By balancing professional ambition with personal privacy and social contribution, Susan built a career that extended beyond entertainment into influence and inspiration. Her story reflects the evolution of a performer who matured alongside her audience, demonstrating that lasting respect is earned through authenticity, discipline, and compassion rather than momentary spotlight alone.